Hey everybody, this is Seth Kniep, Keeping It Real, live from New York City. And I will really quickly walk over here so you guys can actually see the view that I get. I'm in the kitchen right now, but that is outside. We are in New York City, technically in Manhattan. It is beautiful here and very, very happy to be able to do this while on vacation. It really is cool. And I'm especially excited because Drago is with us today. And Drago, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Seth, for inviting me here. It's a great opportunity to show everyone about 3D rendering.
And Drago, he is an expert in this field. He's been doing this for years. And so today we're going to talk about photos and photography. Let me grab my charger really quick, guys. Just so my computer doesn't go out. When I picked it up, the charger came off. So Drago, tell me a little bit about where you're from, where you live, and how you got into creating 3D rendered photos.
My name is Drago Obradović. I'm from Serbia. I'm working in 3D rendering about 6 years now. So I did very much projects regarding Amazon, probably more than 200. I stopped counting a long time ago.
One thing I love about Drago, he is one of the easiest people to work with. He is humble, yet he's an expert. He's really good at what he does, but he's not arrogant about it. And he'll work with you. And that's what I love about him. And as soon as he joined our team, he started offering to help people. And I thought, man, what a great opportunity. We could provide this for Just One Dime members, as well as for people who aren't part of Just One Dime. And we can train people on what that's like. So Drago, thank you so much. And I'll never forget, Drago, that day when we got a table for our studio. Remember I did that live video on my phone? And this guy named Drago Zoop, he showed up. And I went, Drago, and you thought it was really funny, me trying to pronounce your, how do you say it, Siberian?
Serbian.
No, Serbian. Yes.
Serbian.
Your Serbian name, and I've been working on it. And usually I'm pretty good at pronouncing, but this one has been hard for me, so I just call you Drago, if you're okay with that.
That's great.
Awesome. We have Kamila from Slovakia. We have Network 707 from Quebec. We have Color Touch from England. And Robert, yes, we're going to show you examples in just a moment. We have Triple Blitz from Miami, Joe from Oregon, Lihan from the UK, Keith from Australia. Keith, it is really late right now. I had a meeting with an Australian today over video chat right here in this very spot. You guys are like almost 12 hours, like the exact opposite side of the clock as Americans. So either that means you're up really early. So kudos to you, brother. Pascal, good to see you. You're on vacation in Italy. Very nice. Gerson from Boston, Massachusetts. Good to see you, Brent. Good to see you, Alan from Florida. Hello from Spain. Hello from Macon. I think I'm saying that right, Ray. I'm sorry if I'm messing up. Macon, is that how you say it? Chase from Utah. Gary and Gay from Colorado. Good to see you, Amanda. She is singing. Awesome. All right. Guys, it is so good to see you, and I'm really excited. I love doing these interviews because we get to work with people from all over the world and do whatever we can to help you succeed on Amazon. And I am very honored because Drago is also part of Just One Dime now, which is super exciting. And just as you will soon know, Drago is an amazing guy. And I reserve these compliments carefully. I'm not just one who to give out compliments. Like, what an honor it is to have Drago here. And so, Drago, you know about this far beyond my knowledge. So the first question I'm going to ask is this. Why are photos so important on an Amazon listing?
Well, Amazon basically does the first thing that the customer will see. And that's basically the first thing that will decide will they buy from you or from someone else. So that's the main very important thing that many people don't think about. You know, they just think, okay, I'll take some images and that's it, you know, with my phone. But later that costs them much more than what they pay for 3D rendering.
Someone in the chat said Drago from Rocky. You know who Drago from Rocky is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's this Russian guy. He's very big and he's blonde hair. He's huge guy, but he's a boxer. So,
thanks.
But that's a compliment. Man, that cracks me up. So I have a question then. I hear a lot about photos, and then I hear about 3D rendered photos. So for example, I could get, you know, a really nice picture of this water bottle, because you know, this is what a private label on Amazon, a real photograph. But then I hear about 3D rendering, and it looks like it's real, but it almost looks better. Can you expound on that a little bit, Drago, and help me to understand?
Yes, yes, of course. Well, when you take image with your phone, it's a lot of stuff, you know, going into image. It's a reflection for you. For example, you put your bottle on the table, and then it's a reflection of that glass from the room. It's a noise of the camera lens. It's basically a lot of stuff, and the image looks not so. It's look a bit dirty, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear clean and you know, attractive. So with 3D rendering, you can make it almost like a perfect.
Okay. So if I understand it correctly, when you do 3D rendering, I'm sending you, for example, let's just say I'm hiring Drago to make 3D rendered photos for me. I'm sending you a photograph. Does that photograph need to be perfect? How good does that photograph need to be in order for you to make it look amazing?
Images, for example, if you are ordering from China, you can just take your, say to your manufacturer, take images from my product from the front, back, top, bottom, side, and you know, with any phone, just
Okay.
to see all details on the product,
Okay.
and send it to me, for example, and then I will use that images to make 3D model and final images. So
okay, so just to make sure I understand, so I'm going to send you a picture of the front, the back, the top, the bottom. So you have all angles. And then you're going to take that and you're going to put it into your computer and create a 3D model that you can now manipulate and view from any direction. So the computer kind of fills out the gaps to make it a complete picture, right?
That's right. That's right. When I have all images, then I use them like a reference for the size, material, and everything, so I can make one clean and big resolution image that would be final, you know, output.
Okay. And I see some chats here. People are talking about how they hired people in Fiverr to do photos. Someone bought a light box. That's awesome. What's happening here, you guys, is we're talking about 3D rendering. So we're not actually talking about real photographs. We're talking about going one step further. So first you have your picture, your photograph, and we're not talking about giving it a white background either. Because there's some people who do that. You get a picture and they will outline around it and make the background white and it makes it look better. What we're talking about is making a 3D model of it. So the picture is recreated in a computer so it can be viewed from any side. And then, Drago, help me understand this part. You can take a picture from any angle that you want now that you have the model complete, right?
That's right. That's right. So you can when you make 3D model in software, then you can add labels, change colors of products, change product, everything in a very fast way. That would need to you to talk with your supplier and lose months, weeks, or months even to you know, change the color, change the shape, change. Okay. It would save you a lot of time.
Okay, so Amanda shared, and I think a lot of people resonate with this. She said, my photos are so bad. And a lot of people feel like this. They get a camera, they get a picture, they take the photo, it just doesn't look right. And I know that has a lot to do with lighting, but what would you say to people who, man, I look at my photo, and then I look at competitors on Amazon, and my photo is just, it's pretty crappy. What advice do you have for them?
Well, if you cannot make really great images with your camera, and it's cost too much to hire professional photographer, then it's best option is 3D rendering.
Okay, so it's actually more expensive, and this I know to be a fact as well, to hire a photographer to take pictures for me than it is to send you photos of all different. Let me grab something. I want to give an example. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to grab the letter B, all right? I have this big letter here, okay?
Okay.
and we'll say it represents badass. That's what it stands for, is badass. So I could literally ship this to a photographer that I find on Fiverr or my photographer in Austin and pay them money, and that can be up to $1,200, $2,000 depending on if I need models or not, and white background and props and all that, and how many different kinds of settings. Or I could send a few simple pictures to you, and you do all the pictures for me, correct?
That's right, that's right. So you basically save a lot of time and money. Instead of sending your product to the photographer, you're just sending few images from your phone.
Gotcha.
So basically you can take it in 5 minutes instead of packing your product, paying for shipping and everything.
Okay, so here's a question then. One of the most important photos on Amazon is having a real live person in the photo to show people how the product is used. So now this will be tricky, obviously. I mean, how do I show a person using the letter B, you know? But okay, so for example, let's say, let me give a better example for that. Let's just say it was a cup. And so for someone to actually see me drinking from the cup or holding the cup and smiling, I'm at a party, gives the feel. What do you do about that? I mean, don't I need to send you pictures of models and you somehow put the cup in their hand? Do you need the picture with the product and the person? How do you do that, Drago?
Well, instead, so if you would go with a photographer, you would hire, you know, models and spend lots of time. But when I am making 3D renderings, I can buy images of models and make 3D renders in same position as product would be in their hand, and then make it in Photoshop. So blend it together so it looks realistic. So like that person is using the cup.
Gotcha. Okay. Someone wants to know if you speak Dothraki. I think it's a reference to the Game of Thrones TV show.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm actually learning Dothraki right now. It's one of my goals as an entrepreneur is to be able to speak Dothraki because it's pretty intimidating.
Well, my wife is joking with me. She calls me Khal Drogo.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so back to the model example. So you would buy, or they would pay you obviously to buy stock photos, and then you would take the 3D rendered photo and put it into the picture with the real life person, correct?
That's right, and that would take, when I finish 3D modeling and you know, preparing scene and rendering, that would take maybe 1 hour. So instead of, you know, how much time you save with going with 3D render, then instead with photograph.
Okay, let's do this. Can you show me some examples on Amazon of photos that are not very good and ones that are very good, just to give us an idea? And then I know everyone's dying to see this. I want you to show after that some photos of your work, before and after photos of your 3D rendering.
Yes, yes, of course. Let me share the screen. Let me know when you see my screen.
Yep, I can see it just fine. You're good.
Okay, so I choose some different products. We can review. So this one is a bottle, coconut oil, and you can see from these images set, you can see right away what's wrong with this listing.
But tell me, and I think I see, but in your opinion, Drago, what is wrong with the pictures?
It's quite a few errors, but for example, he used, you know, simple phone to take these images, so you get errors on these labels, and overall this looks very bad. This box looks like it's below this bottle.
Yeah, it looks fake. It almost looks flat. It doesn't look like it's really sitting on the countertop, and I don't see any shadows either. That's one thing I noticed, is when you have just a little bit of shadow, it makes it look so much better, in my opinion.
That's right. That's the main mistake that people are making. They don't spend time to make a good shadow. Even if you have a great product, without the shadow, it doesn't look good. You know, it's like floating in the air.
Right.
So basically, he used the same image image or product for every photo.
That last one. Could you go back to the last one?
Yes, this one. It looks very dirty.
It's terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks like there's a shadow on the bottle and then everything else is white. It looks horrible.
Yes, yes, I agree.
And I want to just share this with everyone watching really quick. Guys, when you put a photo on your Amazon listing, it is one of your chances to visually impress your potential buyer. When they can't walk into your retail store and pick up and see and feel and experience your product. They can't smell it. They can't touch it. They can't hear it. They can't experience it. So you have to make up for that with amazing photos. That's why your photo is so important and why it is such a huge factor in getting sales on your Amazon store. All right, take us to another one, Drago. Let's look at another example of a bad one or a good one, whichever one you want.
Okay, so let's go very fast through this one. You can see. You can see my screen set, right?
Yep. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Okay. So this is also, I mean, one image, and it's very dark. No details on the bottle, and obviously this is made with cheap camera in like 1 minute. No effort at all.
It's just it's an image and then a white background. Like you can't tell if it's sitting, if it's laying down, if it's just there.
Yeah, and no details at all on this bottle. Very bad listing. Don't want to insult anyone. So let's go to next one. This is example of 3D rendering. So
the difference.
You can see my screen, right? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you can see very big difference with using 3D rendering here and combining them with other graphics to make very great images. So when I'm looking at previous ones and these ones, I mean there is no question. Definitely would go for something like this.
This is what's amazing to me, guys. All I have to do again is send him a picture of all sides of my product. He can do the rest. He can add the specs, the words, the lines, the model, all this stuff to make it look amazing. Massive versus I'm not just looking at a product now, I'm looking at an experience, a story, what it looks like, how it should be. That is really cool. Can you show us another example, Drago?
Yes, of course. Here is the next one. It's pan for cooking bread. So you can see, you know, no shadow products is like damaged here. Again, bad angle, no shadow, very noise in the image. This one actually it's not bad, this one, but it looks dirty. You know, you have this white like powder.
Yes, I see it
on the product. So yeah, it's a big question, you know, what that is. Also here it's a little deformed, you know, so you can ask yourself, is that mistake with the product comparing with other one that doesn't have this kind of errors.
So you can see someone put a little more effort into their photos, and I would say they're good, but they're not amazing. Because like when I was looking at the white plastic, you could see a flaw, like a bump. And you don't know if that's a problem with the product, like it has a sharp bump on it, or if it actually was just the lighting from the camera made it look like that. And here's something else I noticed, Drago. A lot of people will come out with these photos and they really try hard to make them look good, but there'll be just enough flaws that people looking at it, the potential buyers, they're not consciously aware of the flaws like you are because you do this for a living, but they're subconsciously seeing it and it makes the value look lower even if they don't know why. It's kind of like when you watch a movie and had all the right pieces in it, but something about the movie just did not resonate. Like I just didn't enjoy it that much. It wasn't that great. It didn't have any lasting impression on me. Someone who directs movies can tell you, well, here's why. Here are some major flaws. Other people don't know, but it still affects their buying decision.
That's right. So yeah, some are smaller, but some are, you know, a lot bigger, like deformation of the product. So yeah, it's a question what's with the product, you know, is it going to come like this or it's going to come, you know, like new? Is this used or new?
Yeah. So Michael has a really good question. And guys, I know a lot of you asked about the price. We'll share that with you at the end. Just when time offers something for this, absolutely. But Michael, great question. He says, would it also be helpful to send a PDF of the actual artwork and a photo of the product for the best resolution possible? What are your thoughts on that, Drago?
Yes, of course. The more information clients send, the images will be better. And I can combine them to make really great images.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. How would we, if we were to go about to send you the photos, how good do those photos need to be? For example, if I use an iPhone, is that good enough? Do I need to use a professional camera? Should I use a flip phone or one of those, you know, those disposable cameras that you can go to Walmart and get the photo? Like, how good does my photo need? The better my photo it is, the better it is for you. Like, help me understand that.
Yes. Well, right now, most of the phones can make cameras, make images that I can use. So no need to buy some, you know, expensive camera or to worry about will image look good. I just need to see, you know, materials, shape, and that's good for me. At least about 1000 by 1000 pixels will be good enough.
Okay, so I need just a decent phone camera to take the picture, and that's good enough. But the better the picture mine is, the easier it is for you to work with, correct?
Yes, because that images you take are just for me, you know, so I have a reference for the shape of the product and the look of the materials.
Right, so when you do the 3D render, you're not really creating, you're not technically editing the photo, you're recreating the image using the photo as a reference point, right?
That's right, that's right. When I'm using images just for making 3D model, so I make sure that dimensions are accurate and materials are you know, correct. After that, I'm using my 3D model that I made from that images to make 3D renders, final images that you will use.
Got it. Robert O'Haver has a really good question. Thank you for asking, Robert. He says, what is the turnaround time? So if Robert was to send you pictures of his product that he wants to sell on Amazon, how long would it take for you to do, let's say, 3 3D rendered photos for Robert?
That's a great question and very complicated. So that mainly depends only of type of your product. So if it's too much complicated, if you know, have a lot of details, for example, for this product, I would make it in about not even 2 days final images.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, depends of details and type of products. Some, because when I finish with making model, I'm preparing scene, and I'm making materials, making everything, and I'm starting with rendering. So basically, computer needs to process everything, light, shadows, and everything, and make me final image. If your product is made from glass, transparent materials, you know, that takes much longer for the computer to make the image.
Gotcha. Nicholas says, thank you, Seth and Just One Dime, for all the knowledge you share. My first demo unit just arrived 10 minutes ago. Nicholas, I know the feeling. That is awesome. I still want to get products from China. I feel like it's a Christmas present or something. So that's super cool. And he says he's very excited to get his first stock order. Yusuf Yoel, hello from Austria. Good to see you. Robert says, what is the file type? Is it I'm guessing, Robert, you're saying the file type he finalized it in? So when you send me the 3D render, what's the file type?
Yes, well, depending on the image, it can be JPEG or PNG.
Okay.
If the client needs, I can make it in PNG, so it has transparent background.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes total sense. Thank you. Great question, Robert. Guys, we'll keep up with the questions as much as we can. How do you stop people from taking your pictures? And I love this question. So Amanda asks, Drago, and I don't know if you have an answer for this or not, how do you stop people from taking your pictures and using them? You know how easy it is, Drago?
Yes. Well, that was
to my listing. It's happened. Oh, I will search my product on Amazon, and you'll see, oh, someone else using the same picture. All they have to do is right-click, save as, boom. How do you protect it?
Yeah, that's very tricky to you know, protect. That was actually my question when I joined the Just One Dime.
Right.
How can I protect my images? Because it's very hard. If you don't have a logo in anywhere in the image, you know, or your watermark or something that you can, or your box in the with your logo in the image, uh, they can copy your image, you know, and they can say it's theirs. So
Right.
definitely, all you have to have copyright on it.
Right. And those two, and what he said is the second thing I was going to make. Get a copyright of the image. You can do that to get it copyrighted. Obviously, it means you have to fight a battle to get it off. But even the better way is get trademarked, then get brand registered, so that your listing is protected. When you show Amazon that they are using the same image, here's the problem: Amazon owns the image. You don't. That's what everyone needs to understand. And people get confused. It's technically not your image. It's Amazon. So as soon as you upload it, it is Amazon's image. It is their listing and it is their customer. That's the terms of service you agree to. However, if you can show people that they are using the images for your trademarked product, it is uniquely trademarked by you, you have a much stronger chance of getting not just the photos to stop being used, but your entire listing suspended. And that is the best way to do that. If you're doing a generic product and it's not trademarked, you can't do anything about it. You can't compete with that. There's nothing you can do. So, and the other thing too, when you mentioned putting a logo on it, people can very easily edit that out, Drago. So, you know,
Yeah.
that's not hard to do.
Yes, but like you said in your videos, you have to make them much harder to copy them.
Right, exactly.
As possible.
Yep. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Can you take us through a few more examples on Amazon of a good image and a bad image? And while you're doing that, someone asked a question. He says, sometimes I believe, and I'm re-quoting it because it's way up there because a lot of questions coming in, that 3D rendered products look a little bit, or photos look a little bit fake. What do you think about that, Drago?
Didn't hear very good. Look a little bit.
What?
Didn't hear you very good.
Oh, no problem. Someone said that sometimes he believes 3D rendered photos look fake.
Fake.
Fake, like not real.
Yes, yes. Well, if you are using Fiverr, definitely you will encounter in that problems. So yeah, if you pay images very cheap, then designer will spend a little time on images, and you know, it's most of the time how much you pay, you will get you will get results regarding that.
Right. And Alexander makes a good point. They are fake, absolutely, but that's not the concern. The concern is, do they look fake?
Yes.
Right, Alexander? That's what matters. Exactly, Robert. You pay for what you get. 100% agree. So think about it like this, guys. The issue isn't, is it 3D rendered? The issue is, what is the skill of the person who created the image? And that's why at the end of this, I'm going to show you images that Drago has created. It was pretty cool. That's why he's here today. You'll see you can get in contact with him through Just One Dime, and I'll share that information very soon. Okay, so Faith Shelton says, I'm selling swaddle blankets. Would 3D images be possible with this product? And I remember you telling me, Drago, and I'm going to grab something else. 1 second, guys. Drago, can you, I know you're sharing your screen, but can you actually see me right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is a very fuzzy blanket, and I would guess, Faith, that a swaddle blanket would be fuzzy. It is very hard to do 3D rendering of something that is soft, correct?
Yes, it's possible to make, but it takes a lot of time. it takes a lot of time, and in most of the cases, it doesn't pay off for the designer, you know, because he will spend a lot of time, he can make some great images, but in most of the time, it doesn't pay off to make images with that product.
So if you want to get a good 3D render of this, you need to pay a lot more, so they're willing to spend many, many hours making it. Otherwise, it really is worth it to the 3D render artist, right?
That's right, that's right. And also when making, for example, a bottle, your computer needs like 1 hour to make image, and when you are making that blanket, a computer would process that image about 2 days, one image. So yeah, that's the main difference, big difference in everything.
What about if it's clear like this? So you can kind of see through it. You can see the map right here through this bottle.
Yes.
How hard is that?
It's not a problem. You know, it's not a problem. You know, even with water or any liquid inside the bottle.
Okay.
And that images are much harder to make with photograph than with 3D render.
Got it. So with the product then, the harder the surface is, so I'll use this now, a harder surface is easier. But a fuzzy, soft, fluffy surface, even like clothing, is much more difficult and probably not as reasonable to consider, right?
That's right. That's right.
Got it. Okay. Alexander says, Drago, can you explain how much time you need to create the first image? And then, this is a great question. I think by this means the model. And then how much time is needed after that? Because Alexander, just so you understand, first he makes the model, then he makes each image off that model. So how long does it take you to create the model? And again, I know someone asked this, but what is the range? Anywhere from 2 hours to a week?
Yes. Well, let's say 70% time goes to making 3D model, adjusting materials, seeing lights and everything, and making that one image, first one.
Okay.
After that, basically, it's 30% time on switching angles, correcting a little bit, and making new images.
So it makes more sense, if you don't mind me interrupting you, just want to make sure you understand, it makes more sense to pay someone to create the 3D model and then to get a bunch of images of it, because it takes so much more time to do the model than the image off the model, right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's because most of the time is spent on making that 3D model and the first final image.
Got it. Okay, very good. So Condiat says this: how specific do we need to be in terms of making infographics? Do we need to provide the exact color, font, look, and feel? Does Drago also act as a kind of a graphic designer? And I think a good example of this, Drago, you showed an image on Amazon a minute ago where it showed all of the technical specs of the product, like the words and the lines and the art and everything around that image. How much of that information do you need from your client in order to fulfill this?
Well, it depends from client to client. You know, sometimes client obviously we need a logo, we need packaging design, or we can make packaging or label or logo design. I also have people that work with me that are doing that part. But for 3D rendering, when I finish 3D renderings, I have someone who is working in Photoshop, so he will add all info. So yeah, depends. Most of the time, clients send info that needs to be on the image.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, go ahead and show us some more of these good and bad images on Amazon, and then, guys, I want you to see before and after pictures of Drago's work, and then I'm going to show you some of my favorite examples of his work, and then I'll show you how you can get in contact with Drago. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so here is a few more examples. Basically, this listing has only one image, basically, because the one image is used for this. And I saw a lot of these people using this as a proportion, and I'm not sure why, because it would look much more better using real image and with 3D render, and also you have shadows and everything. It would look much better.
Yeah.
Also, this bottle is turned other way around. It's back of the bottle.
I would not have noticed that. It's reversed. That's crazy.
Yeah, and also imperfections, no shadow. So yeah, definitely bad look. Also, this could be shown on the bottle. This nutrition facts, it would look much better. And also ingredients. He could put 3 bottles one by one and show everything in one image.
Yeah, I agree. Instead of the flat image, why not have it on the bottle? Then it shows you the bottle and the words. Very cool.
Yes, it looks Say please. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it looks much more professional, and people would buy a lot more than spending a lot of time going to read like something like this. So comparing to that one, This one is also 3D rendered image. Can you hear me good, Seth?
I can hear you and I can see.
Okay. So this is one example of 3D renderings. Of course, I would, when I work in 3D renderings, I would change few details on them, but overall they look much better. So you can see this level of details, and then comparing, there is no comparison with that previous one. Then actually there is no competing with this listing comparing to that other one.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so next one is protect glass. As you can see, yeah, they just cut out like in 30 seconds in Photoshop, and
it's painful to look at. It's so
yeah,
bad.
and they don't even bother to cut out these ones. So yeah.
When I see this photo, it tells me what this person thinks about their business.
That's right. So
they have a low view of their business. Like, to do a photo like that, it's like they're saying, please don't buy my product. It's terrible. No offense to who made this, but that image completely sucks.
Yes, comparing to something like this, protect glass. Actually, it's a case, but it's the same, concept. But when you are comparing with something like this, you can think how much someone spent on time on the images. He will make sure the product is on time and in great quality.
Very nice. I have to respond to Terrell. So Terrell, I'm going to read, let's see, and I'm far. Okay, how are those eyes, brothers? Looking good, thank you. Can you put a short video showing your product? So my eyes are much better. Sorry, Drake, I'm just on an offside rabbit trail here for a minute because I had eye surgery. So thank you for asking. They're much better. They're still a little fuzzy because the corneas are healing. And where are my eye drops? I have them around here somewhere. I have to keep putting them in to keep them. Yeah, but exactly. I have no contacts on. Before I had that, I would have to be like this to see, like this, like, hey, everybody. Sorry, guys, I don't want to creep you out.
Yeah.
So there's a couple questions I want to go through. Gerson has asked a few times, can you put a short video showing your product? So Gerson, I don't have a video for, I don't know what you're referring to. Are you referring to Just One Dime? Are you referring to my Amazon products? Or are you referring to Drago's? I'm not going to share my products with the public. That would be crazy. I only share it with a very few people who I trust. And I don't think Drago has a video, but this is a video. So you're getting a video, and it's live. I hope that answers your question, because I keep seeing you ask that question. And then, how do you think I got hit on? How long did it take? Will they have original 3D? Okay, so someone asked a question back earlier. Will you give, I think Robert asked it. Robert's like awesome question asker. He's like got all the great questions. Will you give someone the native files that where you created the 3D render? And he said PSD, which I believe is Photoshop. I don't think you're making these in Photoshop, are you?
No. Because, yeah. I have been.
Okay. So do you give them the native files of the 3D rendered photo, or is that even an option once you make it for someone?
Yes, of course. When clients ask, I send them my original file from my program, and I also export in the few formats that you can import in other programs. So if you want someone else to continue or to make some more renders or basically anything, even an animation, you can use my file I created. So no need to make again 3D model.
Gotcha. Okay. And also, you'll see, yes, he can absolutely add something else to the photo, 100%. That's what this is about. Like, for example, you'll see if he was just doing, I'll use this again, the B, stands for badass, of course, and it's a photo of this, he can add whatever you want. Absolutely, you can do that. Very good. Okay, so let's do this. Can you show us now some before and after photos? So I want to see the original image someone sent you, and then the 3D render work that you did, so people can actually see your quality. Because here I've been bragging about you this whole time. They want to see it, brother. So let's show them.
Yes, of course.
All right, awesome.
Start from the beginning. Okay. So this is some work I did for fidget spinner. I know Seth doesn't like them. So
this is true. I don't like fidget spinners. I never dared to sell them. I know someone who has 20,000 of in his house. Right there. Go ahead. I still want to see.
Yeah. So this is the image that client sent me. Take it with his phone, and I make it much clearer. Make 3D render, make materials, make basically everything on this image in 3D. Also, I would add shadow, but client insisted that I don't add shadow. So that's the main thing here.
Right.
When you look at this image, you have these damages on it. It's dirty, imperfections and everything. Lights is not consistent. Basically, it looks like professional image.
Right.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
And when the question's asked, tell us real versus fake. The one on the left, the first one you see, everyone, is real, and the other one is the 3D render. Go ahead, Drago.
Okay, so yeah, this is the client take just with his phone on the table and send it to me, and you see how much here is reflection from the table here, and also this is the same time when a client finished the label, design label. So in the like 30 minutes he sent me image, sent me label. He just finished, and I made him a render in like 1 hour. And he already has image for his listing. He doesn't have to wait no more than 2 hours for everything.
So he sent you the photo on the left, the brown black one. You
Yes.
created the one on the right. How did you know what to put on the label? Did he just tell you what to put on it? Did he provide you with the artwork?
He provided with the artwork.
Okay.
So I put a label on the bottle and make this final image.
Okay. All right. And again, for people keep asking, how much does this cost? You will know soon. We'll share. I want first you guys learn everything you can about this process. Go ahead, Drago.
Okay. So we can go to next one. This is sample that clients sent me, but here he also wanted to from me to change the shape of them. So basically, I can even change the shape or design for the product following instructions to make one final image.
Wow. Now he sent you a very decent photo. That photo is not so bad. But what you're pointing out is the shape of the actual clamps is a little different. You created a new shape.
Yes, but when I look at this image in more depth, then I see it's a lot of blur, a lot of damage, a lot of imperfections. I'm not sure is that with me or with everyone.
I see it.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Yes.
Right, there's more, Robert.
Yes, so this is the one image also. I did client asked to remove this. There is in some other images, but in main image he wanted to have also ebook and something from the side to get more appearing image. So it's not just white. We can add some small fruits or basically anything else.
Got it. And just real quick, I want to say, Alex, Alexander's Glow, this is specifically just one dime. So what I did is I partnered up with Drago because he provides such a quality. I want to provide this for just one dime. So anything, if you're his friend, anything you know about his outside work, please do not share that here because this is strictly just one dime. Just to be clear. But as far as answering questions, yes, thank you, Alexander. I totally appreciate that, brother. A lot of people said, really, really nice image. Great job. That looks awesome. This is the exact step I'm stuck on. Wish I could have seen this whole video. D. Thomas, it is, all these videos are recorded. They stay on this channel, no problem. Someone else, Michael Lemma says, I like this one. Completely transformed the perception. Someone asked if you can make a 3D girlfriend.
Well,
so Robert, it doesn't just cost a dime, but if you consider the fact that I turned a dime into over $1 million at Amazon, that's another way of looking at it. No, I'm just joking. It's fine. All right, carry on, brother.
Okay, so let's move on. These are some images from speaker my client also sent me. These ones are very bad. You can't even see the bottom part here because it's glass. It's very complicated. It's transparent and it has very bad shadows. And also he didn't put a logo on his product. He was in the process of doing that, and I showed him how his logo will look on the product. So yeah, after I made him 3D images, then he approved for the manufacturer to make his logo on the product, because it's different when you look at the logo when it's in 2D or when you're looking it on the product. That's great advantage.
The detail on this is amazing.
Yes.
Like, I'm looking at the detail, attention to detail is incredible.
Definitely, it's a very huge difference. So can we move on?
Please do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is one also from the client. Obviously, there is a lot of because this material is very reflective. You can see here from the table reflections, and it looks even if it's brand new, it's very clear. You will always have these imperfections, bad reflections, and the product will look dirty and used. That's the very and also these parts are very dark and doesn't show everything. So basically you can see, and also wanted to show how this product is opened.
So you actually opened it. You gave it. He had it closed, and you recreated it and opened it up.
Yes. Wow. That's right.
Okay. Awesome.
So let's move on. Here is a pump for pumping the bike. Of course, I didn't make bike for this client in 3D. I made it for the other one. It would take like few days to make it. So I used my previous 3D render of the bike I did and combined it with this new product of my client and made one image. Obviously, I should have add logo here. You can see here, logo.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, here logo, it's a little like transparent. It's not visible very good. And it also has a lot of noise from this floor. So yeah, details not visible. Also, there is some like error in design here, doesn't close up. So yeah, basically I make ideal look for the product. And also this is one from my previous work, so maybe it's old version, but I would definitely add logo here.
Nice. So all they sent you was the picture of the item, the pump, and then you added it to the bicycle and provided the bicycle as the model in this case. That's very nice.
Yes, because I already had this 3D model render and I combined it and make this image in Photoshop. Also, Robert asked, do I provide PSD? After I finish 3D rendering, I import my 3D render and I add this text. I add, adjust the brightness, contrast, and everything, just a little bit to make even more better, and then I can provide that PSD to my clients. So it's 3D rendering in PSD.
Gotcha. I'm going to answer a few questions here because people keep asking several things. One, how do they contact Drago? Two, how can I get this service? Three, do I do any kind of free or paid coaching sessions one-on-one? So I'll start with what we're talking about today. So Drago does 3D rendering. So what we're doing is, a lot of you guys are probably familiar with our 1-year coaching package, 4.5 hours live coaching every week. We have 8 different coaches on the team. We provide potential product ideas. We provide exclusive videos, step-by-step training, reviewers list, a Mazout paid, keyword tool dominator, all of it. Like, it's a full, complete package. So what we're doing, and I talked to my business partner earlier today, and he agreed to this hesitantly. That is the truth. The next 50 people who buy the ultimate bundle will get 3 3D rendered photos made by Drago, no extra charge at all. So the next 50 purchases of the Ultimate Bundle, again, will get 3 3D rendered photos done by Drago, and you guys can see his work. He's saving the best for the last. I can't wait to show you in just a minute here. I'm going to show you my favorite work that he's done. In fact, this picture you're about to see here is incredible. So we're doing that, but just for 50, because pretty much we are picking up the cost on that. We're paying Drago to do it, and to get in contact with Drago with Just One Dime, this is completely through Just One Dime. So to do that, you would either become a member of, you have to become a member of Just One Dime or contact him through Just One Dime, because we're partnering up to help each other out. Now, for those of you guys who already got the Ultimate Bundle, you can buy 3D render photos, and I'll provide that link at the end, at the bottom here. So just, yeah, Stephen, exactly. I knew people would ask that. Yes, absolutely. You can do that, Stephen, no problem. And I will share that link with you as well. Give me 1 second. Yes, Pascal, I knew people would ask. I'm a prophet. I predicted this. So right there is a link. I sent it twice. Boom, there you go. If you are a Just One Dime member, you can just go get the 3D rendered photos. That is only for Just One Dime members at that price. But if you've never purchased the bundle, there it is. I just shared it. That includes 3D rendered photos, and it includes a website. I mean, it includes every freaking thing you could possibly need to build your business on Amazon. And the most important part, in my opinion, is the community and the coaching, because it's constant. It's constant encouragement. Those of you guys who are here know about it. So RJ Weisenberg, what about for gold members? Yes, you can absolutely purchase it here. If you want 3 3D rendered, absolutely, no problem at all. But again, I'll share it one more time, and I want to show you guys one more thing before we go. I'm going to show you his best work. The next 50 Ultimate signups will get this, and that starts now. And after 50, it's closed, and there's no extra cost. We're not raising the price. You will get the 3 3D rendered photos. Just One Dime pays Drago for his work. We're picking that up just to help get this rolling. Okay, Drago, as you know, this is one of my favorite photos. Could you please show this one?
Do you want me to go to my examples, or we are still on comparison?
Well, this one right here, that's on your screen. Can you talk about this? Because this one blew my mind, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. I spent a lot of time on modeling here and basically everything. So yeah, definitely much time on 3D modeling and everything, making this image great, comparing to the left one.
So just look at this, you guys, just for a minute, okay? And I know it shows my face when I'm talking. I'll stop and you'll be able to see it. But the picture on the left is what they sent Drago. The picture on the right is what you call a tech spec photo. He created that, so you can see the guts. Here, I'm going to stop talking. Say something, Drago, so they can see the screen.
Yep. So basically, client sent me his images of his product, and also he opened it and showed me inside. Make one image, make 2, 3, 4 images of this inside, so I can see these elements, and also send me his logo in PNG format and this text, because you know I'm not sure what part is here is what. So yeah, he sent me names of these elements, and I made this final image.
And Terrell asked a question. I think you answered it partially. Did you open it up? How did you get the guts? How did you show all that?
Not sure I understand.
Well, how did you? So the inside of that battery pack, of that charger, did you open it up in order to create it?
Well, a client just sent me. I think he found on the internet actually one image of the inside elements, you know, and he sent me that image. So I followed this from his images. I followed these openings where they are, and I made 2 parts: top part, bottom part, and inside. You know, basically, yeah, because it's very important, even when I'm working with people, that they know field very well and that they understand what needs to be done.
Yeah.
If I would talk with someone, you know, on the Fiverr about this, I would spend more time explaining to him what needs to be done than making this image.
Unbelievable. It's really beautiful. Can you show a few more of those photos that we talked about earlier, the ones that I really wanted you to show everyone as well? Guys, I want you to see this next one.
Yes, this one is matte for the car from the client, and you can see how big difference in the crisp of the image, how clear it is, how color is vibrant, so shadow is here. So yeah, simple but very big difference between a real life image and the 3D render on the right side.
And Drago, I'm referring to the very end ones you were going to show. Remember the four I said, can you show these, Drago?
Yes, so not comparison, okay. So these ones.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so yeah, this one.
What did someone have to send you for you to create that?
He would need to send me his. Actually, I used his here. This was basically I did. He sent me images, like for everything, images from all angles, and I made 3D renders. And my guy did basically everything else in Photoshop. So I made 3D render, and he added everything in Photoshop.
Amazing. Let's see the next one.
So it's you have a lot of freedom to make images when you finish with 3D model and first image.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this one is also great.
All the shadows on the platform, the table, whatever that is, make it look so 3D.
Yes, because these are 3D models, everything. So you can see how much time is spent here to make this image, and this is the result. If someone makes it very fast, you can expect it's not great quality.
Steve and Manuel, yes. So you don't have to use it immediately. You have up to a year to use that credit. So if you get the package, you're one of the next 50 people who buy the Ultimate Bundle. You get 3 3D rendered photos, not 1, 3, when you're ready to use it. And you'll get Drago's Just One Dime email, and he'll work with you and set that up. And he works with the team. So absolutely. People are in here saying it's amazing, and I knew they would because it's really incredible. Steven, that's the link. All right, let's go look at the next one.
Yes. So this is the next one. I made these bottles in 3D. Make the final render, shadows, reflections. Send it to my guy, and he added in Photoshop and made this banner.
That's incredible. So again, they sent you the pictures of the bottles.
Yes.
You found the picture of the model, and you did the design behind as well, because there's some artwork going on there.
That's right. That's right. So yes, definitely. So basically, send me. Client needs to send me images from all angles, some instruction, and also some, reference images. What he likes, what he likes of images. So every client has his own opinion and what he likes. So yeah, definitely needs to know reference on his mind.
Got it. I like what Robert, he said that the model looks so real. And it is, I think he's joking, but it is a real photo. Amanda, so she says, just made my crappy pictures look like trash. Hey, don't feel bad. When I started Amazon, you would not believe the photos I used. They were horrible. And over time, they get better and better. Yeah, and I'm sure you can get them better over time. Okay, awesome, Ty. So glad you could be here live with us. I am live right now, and to prove it, I will sing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Ty. Even though I don't know if it's your birthday, I just want to prove it's live. That's super cool. Okay, keep going. Are you able to get, okay, so Brent says, are you able to get photos of models and include them in without having to pay extra? So you have to pay for the photo of the model, Brent. You can get it off of a stock photo, or you can pay a photographer to take pictures of a model, which is a lot more expensive. But you could get a stock photo, send it to him, or pay him to go buy it for you, and then you're paying him to add on the 3D work, if that makes sense. So Razi, so there's 2 ways to get in contact with him. One is that in the bundle, someone who buys the bundle gets 3 3D render photos with it. If you are a Just One Dime member already and you only want it, you can do that. And again, you have to be a Just One Dime member. If you're not a Just One Dime member, you order in that link, it'll be canceled, guys. So don't do it. That is a Just One Dime member unique price. I'm just trusting you guys not to take advantage. But we'll find you because we have your information. All right. What you got next, brother?
Okay, just here is the next one. Just to add, you know, what you are saying right now. When you are buying images on Shutterstock, you know, or basically anywhere, contact the designer. You know, send him preview images before you buy them, because even if you think it's good image, when he makes it and combines everything together, it's not so great. Maybe your product will be too small in that image and it won't show. So basically, definitely contact designer, show him what you want to buy before you buy it.
Right. Very good. Excellent. Very good advice.
Okay, skip here. So this is the next one. Yeah, we added a lot of elements here with 3D renderings and make the final image. Maybe it's too much fruit in this image. Seth, what do you think?
When I see the image, I'm getting hungry. I'm looking at the fruit. Maybe it is a little too much fruit. However, it is a very beautiful image.
That's right.
Chris, yes, your supplier can send you the picture. Just keep in mind, anything your supplier sends you as a picture, they could also send your competitors a picture. So the advantage here, though, is if you get someone to 3D render the picture like Drago, now you have a superior version of that picture. But the suppliers, most suppliers do not follow the same level of ethics that most sellers on Amazon do. And so they have no problem in sharing that with other people unless you sign a contract, but even that's not enforceable by a lawyer or by international law. So just keep that in mind. That is the risk, the reality. Sometimes I will take a picture from a supplier, another picture over here, and have someone combine them for me so it's a unique picture, and that can help a lot too. Michael agrees it was too much fruit. He says he is now going to go eat a bunch of fruit thanks to that picture.
Yes, definitely I agree. Yes. So yes, we were talking about supplier send you images. Well, he can take images with his phone and send you to make 3D renderings.
Yeah.
So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying not to talk because every time I talk, we can't see your screen, but it looks good.
Yes, that's right. So basically, I did some render for Paravi Beats. Client is selling them. So yeah, he wanted because a lot of images, yeah, even he's taking it with his phone, they doesn't look clear, crisp, or clean. Or on images he can't find any very small amount of images, and they are basically all are the same.
AI is recommending GIMP as well as Blender. I'm very familiar with both of those programs, especially GIMP. My daughter used to use GIMP back in her pre-middle school days when she was starting to do art and stuff. You can do it, but I will tell you this, and I 100% agree with Alexander Glow. Unless you have been trained, your picture's not going to look anything like a high-profile picture. And if you're in this to make money and for your product to be superior, your image needs to be the best. It needs to make you go, oh, like that. And I've never seen someone create an image on GIMP that made me go, oh, unless they were a professional. So you do get what you pay for. Steven, go ahead.
Sorry for interrupting you. So yes, this is also in the box. For the client also, I made here his watermark. When I finished the 3D rendering, make everything, and I just added a watermark on his image.
Okay. This is the one where you change the color.
Yes, this is one. So you can see with when you finish 3D rendering, then after that you can easily change the colors on the product, and that saves you a lot of time.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't like the greenish look on there. What is that? It doesn't look good to me.
Which one? This one here?
Yeah. What is that?
Well, that's added a little bit like to simulate the fake environment, but that can take, it shouldn't be green. It looks dirty. Definitely agree.
Gotcha. But, okay, gotcha. Cool. But you can change the color. That's amazing. This has been awesome. Drago, can you hop back on video before we close up just so people can see you?
Yes, of course. Let me just switch.
And to answer the question, so the link is good to purchase until 50 purchases have been made. And the link I'm referring to is that one. So if you're not part of Just One Dime, we're not raising the price, and it includes 3 3D rendered photos made by Drago. After 50, we close it. You can do that if you want. For limited time, and our future bundle will include this, but it will cost more. That's really cool. Color Touch says, I'm a designer and seeing his work is just inspiring. Fun. That's really, really cool. And I encourage you guys to think about it this way. Anytime you make a business decision, leverage your resources. So you have money, you have people, you have time, you have knowledge. Those are the 4 primary resources you have. And I always ask myself the question, what is the best way to leverage them? If I'm short on time and high on money, I'll spend more money so that I have more time so I can build my business. If I'm short on money, then I will spend more time because I don't have enough money. You see what I mean? So balance it based on that. Do what is best for you. But in my opinion, people is the #1 most valuable asset. And number 2 is time. And number 3 is knowledge. And number 4 is money, in my opinion. And the best that I can, I follow that principle, and it's served me very well on Amazon. Drago, thank you so much for taking this time. And everyone, thank you for the awesome questions. I hope this has been really helpful for you as you guys think about your photos. Guys, do not settle for something second best. Oh yeah, this is good. Well, okay, snap, you know, a little bit of light, we're good. Don't do that. Make your photos amazing. Make people go, you need them to be awesome. Because if they're awesome, people will buy them. If people buy them, you make money. If you make money, you have now more money to make even better photos. And they keep growing. But don't limit yourself. Make your photos the best. And again, last time I'll say it, the next 50 Ultimate Purchase bundles, we're adding to it with no extra cost, 3 3D rendered photos. You don't have to use it right away. You can do that. If you're already a Just One Dime member, you can buy those 3 3D rendered photos separately. And Drago and his team will create them for you. And as you guys know, I only work with people I trust. And I'm very picky. Drago, any last words you want to share with everyone here?
Well, thank you, Zed, for inviting me for this video. And I'm glad we showed people some a big advantage between photos and 3D renders.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Hey, have an awesome rest of your evening. I know it is late over there, and I will talk to you soon, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Have an awesome day. I'll see you.
Bye.